Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks for joining us today. We are at Klein's Floral and Greenhouses. They've been beautifying Madison for 100 years and doing a really great job. Look at this around us. We just love being here, gotta say.
It's fabulous.
It is.
So beautiful.
I like all the greenery.
Mood boosting.
Yeah, it really is. We could just hang out all day.
And
Let's stay.
Actually.
Let's just stay.
Yeah.
And this is just a small part of it. They've got, of course, the greenhouses inside and everything outside. I usually like to walk around and find something kind of cute, kitschy, fun, something. And I didn't even have to because
It's already here.
it's already
fabulous.
here. Take a look at this thing. I don't know if the...
And these are succulents, right?
Yeah, it's a wine bottle. I'm thinking, what a great hostess gift.
Touch this little dotted guy.
They're so
What's
cute.
this? Who are you?
No, I don't know what his name is, but good looking
Hopefully
thing.
Sue can tell me what a succulent is.
Maybe
Not my
Ellie
expertise.
can. She seems to know.
Sue can tell us all kinds of things. She's going to help clue us in later about what to be planting this time of year, how to cut flowers.
It's a family business, so she has been doing this her whole life.
Since, what, 2? I think she was making
Yeah.
boutonnieres or something at age 2 or something crazy like
She
that.
didn't start the business. She is not 100, but it's been in the family for a long time.
It has.
That's a good point to make.
We're also going to be talking cats and coffee.
Yes.
You know, I'd like to call my brother out. I have a brother, and you know who you are because I only have one, that claims he does not like the kitty that's in their household. It's his wife's cat that he inherited through marriage.
Hopefully she knows this already.
Yeah. Surprise.
We're going to have an interesting evening.
And my brother likes to share his Frappuccino with this kitty cat.
Well, that's nice of him.
He does. Of course, he can't stand the cat, but he's willing to share his Frappuccino with
Does
this
the cat
kitty.
get wired then with the coffee fix?
Well, I'm told the cat's 18, and so they're
so
just,
maybe
they're
needs
just
a little pick me up.
a little pick me up.
Just like a lot of us, caffeine really just brings you back to normal, right?
Right? Back to a
baseline.
normal level.
But we're going to be talking about a cafe here in Madison. It's new this spring. They opened
Yep.
where you can go, you can get a beverage, even if you're not a coffee drinker, and have a coffee date with a cat.
Yes.
I'm so curious about this place. I mean, what it's all about. Can you bring your own cat? Are there...
I don't think you bring your own
Can you
cat.
take the cat
Can
home
you
with
though?
you?
I mean, it's like, I imagine like an outdoor patio for a dog, right? Or, I don't know. I'm really curious
It's
about
a
it.
big place. I think it's 2,300 square feet. So it's a
Wow.
big place where you can sit, you can study, you can have a coffee, you can read the paper. Who reads the paper?
And what's cool is that the cats are so friendly because I'm a cat lover, but I think all of my cats in the past have been pretty low-key, a little bit shy, maybe not really looking to meet new people. But these cats are all so friendly.
They want some love.
They do, and they'll
Want some
come up and
loving.
they'll crawl on your lap. And I mean, obviously, sometimes they'll walk away too. But they're so friendly, and I was totally surprised when I went, and that really surprised
You
me.
can adopt the cats,
Yep,
right?
there's some that are adoptable too.
It's like speed dating for
Yep.
cats. Like you get to meet all these cats at once and decide who you want to hang out with
Yes,
longer.
Absolutely. That's
He's
the
dating
purpose
4
right there.
cats. I'm sure they find love there at the cafe.
No, I mean like you
I
fall
know
in
what you
love.
mean. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Love it, the cat.
All right. Well, we're going to find out more about the Cat Cafe.
We're going another direction.
We'll also chat with our friends at AccuClimb Mechanical Services. Now, we kind of know these guys a little bit, but we're going to get to know them even more and get some of their history.
Awesome.
Look forward to
Look
it.
forward to it. So that's all coming up on Girl Talk. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. It is a beautiful day. We are outside enjoying the scenery here at Klein's Floral and Greenhouses. And we're going to talk a little bit about an important summer topic. We're talking heating and air, and we're joined by our friends Chris and John from AccuClimb Mechanical Services, and we're so pleased to see you.
Thanks for having us
Thanks
back
for having
again.
us in.
Thank you for joining us. We got lots of questions. I'm going to start with, I didn't know this about you until recently, but the company used to be known as North Star Heating and Cooling. And that's news to me. So I'm curious what sparked the name change from North Star that used to be pretty well known in the area, right? And now we're AccuClimb Mechanical Services. So explain that.
Well, when we bought North Star Heating and Cooling, the owner actually owned one here in Madison and one down in Rockford. He also did commercial work. So when he sold his commercial business, to another company in Rockford. He signed a non-compete clause.
Oh.
Well, Chris and I,
Okay.
we do commercial work, and for us to do commercial work under the name of North Star would have been a violation of that non-compete clause, and it would have been a pretty hefty fine if we'd have done it.
Not worth it.
So we chose AccuClimb Mechanical Services, and now when you call, you hear AccuClimb Mechanical Services, formerly North Star Residential.
Gotcha.
I
It's
see.
good to start fresh, I
Yeah.
think, and it won't take too long until.
well, now it's the name that we know and love.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay, so please tell me, moving from North Star Heating and Cooling, now you're AccuClimb Mechanical Services. What's the difference, and why did you take on that last part, mechanical services rather than heating cooling?
Well, like he had said, they got rid of the commercial division first, and then they sold the residential stuff afterwards. And we do commercial work, we do commercial refrigeration, we do the hot side, so we kind of encompass all of the mechanical services within a restaurant, a business, a store, that type of thing, as well as, you know, your home, the heating and cooling side of your home. So more diverse.
That was going to be my guess. Yeah, you do it all.
Yep.
So this episode, we're picking your brain about all of the past experiences, all of your big major life decisions, right? So no pressure. But you guys are located in Middleton. You cover all of Dane County, but you actually used to be in McFarland. So what made you decide to move to your current location? Why
Well,
Middleton?
like I said, when we bought the company, we wanted to take on Lennox for one, and the Lennox rep said, well, I've got a bunch of Lennox reps all within an 8-mile process, or 8-mile radius. He says, I need representation out in Middleton. And after we moved out to Middleton, we discovered that the majority of our customers really are pretty much west of John Nolan Drive.
Okay.
I mean, we cover all of Dane
Yeah.
County, but a good chunk of what the existing base was with North Star was already in West Madison. So it was a good fit for us, and it's actually been a good place for us. Middleton's a great community. We love being out there. We
Not a bad
support a lot
place
of
to
local
be.
stuff there, so we're happy to be out there with those
You
guys.
got it. Agreed.
Yeah, you just mentioned that you're Lennox dealers. Why? Why Lennox? I mean, there are other products out there.
Yep, there's other products, they cost less money as well, but we're in an industry where you get what you pay for it. If it costs more money, it's a better quality product.
Yeah.
The reason I like Lennox so much is the support that I get from Lennox after the sale. It's after your warranty's up and all that stuff, it's how well do they support my customer,
Sure.
which helps me take care of them. It's far superior than any other brand out there. And I have my least amount of issues, warranty, callbacks, that type of stuff, based off of the equipment itself. With Lennox, we service every brand out there.
Right.
But as far as installation, it's the best product out there. It really is.
It's a good feeling
It
when
is-
you put something that you
Believe
mentioned as the Cadillac before we started.
Still assembled
In a
here in
home.
the United
Yeah.
States. That's an important factor to people.
Absolutely.
The big major companies are traveling. So.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference having the quality products. Obviously, it needs to be installed correctly by somebody you trust, but the product makes a difference. And having the owners on site, I think, also makes a big difference, which is what sets you apart from some of the other, maybe competitors in the industry. Before we go, let folks at home know what you're doing for a special this week.
This week, if you mention Girl Talk, we're doing a $99 tune-up, and you're going to get a free Bucky book.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
So you got to make sure you call it, and that's going to be the first 20 people to call.
Elise doesn't need
She's
a
dialing the social
so she'll be calling anyway. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks so much. This is Chris and Jen from AccuClimb Mechanical Services. These are your guys, and make sure and give them a call and get that tune-up for $99
Thanks
and
for
a
having us.
Bucky book. We'll be back with more Girl Talk here at Klein's Floral and Greenhouses after the break, so please stay with us.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, and we have a beautiful setup today. It is just fantastic out here. It feels so summery with all the flowers, and we'll probably talk about this centerpiece later because we're all obsessed. But first, we are joined by Cheryl, and she is over at Cat Cafe Mad, and you are the owner over there. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And so, first, we have to start with, how did you get the idea to start a cat cafe?
Okay. Well, cat cafes have been in existence for about 20 years. Okay, all around the world, except in the United States. And my daughter is a UW PhD candidate, right? And she won the Fulbright scholarship. and she was in Korea for a year. So my son and I went to visit her, and the first thing she did is whisked us off to the cat cafe in Korea, in Seoul.
Wow.
And we stepped in and fell in love. It was so great with cats all around and, you know, drinking a drink and basically playing with the cats and down on the floor. And so when we saw the setup, my kids, who are not kids, you know, they're grown.
Sure.
They're 28 and 33, so yeah, they're not kids. And they came over to me and said, Mom, can we start one, like, you know, in Madison, like where I go to school and everything? And I was like, okay. This is what we're going to do and stuff. And I sat there and wrote my business plan the whole time.
Awesome.
All the way from Seoul, Korea to Madison, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Love the idea. So folks can go in, have a coffee, have a beverage, and play with these cats, or cuddle them, or maybe share their coffee with them. And are these cats resident cats? Are they shelter cats? Are they adoptable? Who are they? Who are your cats?
That's a good question. Okay, so at first we adopted some ourselves because we wanted some residence cats in there. But the majority of the cats now, because we're up to about 20 cats, are foster cats. So we foster them for the local shelters, and then people come in. So instead of spending 5 minutes in the pet store, which is like kind of getting married with at first sight, right? To your cat, right? They get to spend hours with them. They spend the day. They come back for a couple of days and get to know the cat.
Over a coffee date.
Yeah, right. And they adopt the cats. Then they kind of, you know, have spent a lot of time together.
I mean,
Right.
this is
Right?
exactly
They got
kind of
into
the
an
presence
engagement.
that you would be in at home with this animal. I think
Yep.
that's great.
Yep. And there are so many just cute cats, and I know Princess is my favorite.
Aw.
But she's a resident cat.
Yeah.
She's not adoptable.
Yeah,
She'll
she's
be
not
there
adopted.
to stay.
People ask about her all the time.
She's so
I know.
cute. And I also know you have a lot of different events going on at Cat Cafe Mad. So what are some of those different events and any coming up in the future?
Okay, well, actually, tonight we have belly dancing, and I'm going to be teaching, actually, so it's going to be a blast. And
Does that happen frequently? Do you do it every week or
there
once
is
a
an
month?
event every week.
Okay.
Okay, and then monthly events. So
Okay, great.
This is the June belly dances. There'll be one in July.
Okay, great.
And we do yoga twice a month. And we do movie nights, and we do anime, and we do cosplay. And one of the biggest events that people love is we do Halloween about 5 times a year, which is great because it's cats, right?
Everyone's
And they do
favorite
cosplay.
holiday.
Especially cats.
So the kids come in. So the kids come in costumes and stuff and do cosplay, and the store's decorated in Halloween, even though it's April or September or whatever happens to be the month for the event. But it's a blast.
Right. Oh, gosh, we're almost out of time. Where are you located? Where can I come?
1925 Monroe Street, right across from Trader Joe's, basically.
What a
You
great
know,
location for you
Yeah,
as
Monroe.
well.
It's like the hip street.
Yeah.
It's such a cute area. And if people want more information about your events or different things coming up, they can head to your website.
Yes.
And that's catcafemad.com.
Thank you.
And you guys are on Snapchat too.
Yes.
So you can check out the cats
Yes.
that way. And on
Facebook
Facebook.
and Twitter, and it's all Cat Cafe Mad.
You're connected. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today,
Okay.
Cheryl.
Thank you.
And again, we are at Klein's Floral and Greenhouses, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Girl Talk will be back right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. In case you're just tuning in, we have been here at Klein's Floral and Greenhouses, and just so stunningly beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I hate to play favorites, but I do love it when we film here. Sue, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you.
Yeah, how could you not? It is absolutely gorgeous.
It is really stunning. And I was walking through, every square inch of this place is absolutely beautiful. It's always beautiful, but things are in bloom. It just feels so summery. You can smell the fresh flowers.
She's going to break into song any moment, I'm sure.
But isn't it awesome that it's right here on in the east side of Madison? It's
know.
this little
On
secret
Squash,
garden.
as the girls like to say. But anyways, this is Sue Klein, as you may recognize, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
And what we're talking a little bit about today, obviously summer is underway. We're talking summer planting. We're going to get some great tips. But what can we plant now this time of year?
Well, there's still a great selection of annuals for your garden. You might have little holes, and right now a lot are on sale, so it's a really good time. You
So
can
it's
get
not too
twice
late?
as much. No, not at all. And there's also a really good selection of perennials left right now. So
You were saying they were going to be on sale.
the annuals are on sale right now. It's a great time.
Perfect.
And you've gathered kind of like a few of your favorites
I
for
did.
arrangements because
I cut a few things from my garden.
this
but
is
yes,
the time, right,
this
where you're
is.
bringing them from your garden to, like I said, your kitchen table or your dining room
Right.
or your bathroom, anywhere to
Every
make it a
room.
little
Every room.
right.
Why not
To your
every
guests
room?
when you go to
Exactly.
dinner, the whole thing. How
what
sweet
if
would
you-
that be to bring your own arrangement?
Yeah, and I mean, I
It's
like
the
to
best.
use,
That's why you plant them, right? For that reward.
for me, yes.
Right.
I love fresh flowers and arrangements and all that. So yep, I gathered a few things from my garden, and I like to use a clear glass vase so you can see if the water starts to get a little cloudy when it needs to be changed. So you're going to want to, of course, put in a little bit of food for the flowers.
Okay.
Mix it with lukewarm water, not too hot, not too cold.
That tip. Okay, yeah.
So
lukewarm.
these actually work.
That's
They
what I was
do.
going to say.
They do. They add some days to the.
Really?
the life.
Okay.
Everybody needs a snack, even the flowers.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
Yeah, so I just like to, any foliage that's of course in the water, you're going to want to take off and recut it. Give it a
Tell
fresh
us
cut.
why. Why do you remove the lower leaves?
That's where the bacteria will form, and they'll make the water get cloudy faster.
Okay.
So yep, you want to take those off.
What an easy way to make them last longer.
That's right. That's right.
And now the
Unfortunately,
leaves, you can just snap the leaves off? You don't have to cut them?
Right. I
Does
mean,
it
if you're
matter?
cutting roses, you might not want to do that.
Oh,
but but yes, and then I like to cut on an angle. Then there's a little bit more surface area, and
These are so big and full and beautiful.
these are hydrangeas.
So cutting at an angle increases the surface area for it to draw in the water.
Right,
And, the
then
nutrients.
and
as
then
well.
there's some space on the bottom for the water to go up.
I'm getting all creative. I'm like, use these
Use
ones
these.
next.
Okay. Yes. Well, blue is my favorite color.
That is such an intense color blue. It almost looks fake. It's beautiful.
Yes. Those are delphinium.
Delphinium.
Delphinium. Yes. And those are perennials, so they come up every year in your garden, and they make lovely cut flowers for arrangements. And
I don't know why that's counterintuitive for me, too, the annual perennial
Right, I
discussion that
know.
we've had.
And then
The annuals are one
and done.
time.
Perennials come up every year, right?
In case you're like me and need the basics again.
I had that totally mixed around. I'm really glad you
Okay.
said that.
It's not just me.
Don't feel bad. Most everyone does that as well. These are Hosta leaves. Most everyone has a Hosta plant or two in their garden, and they make a really nice foliage.
I hadn't thought of that. I have a lot of hostas in my yard, maybe too many. And
So if you need any leaves,
come on
put
over.
Janet's address up. No, I'm kidding.
These,
What a
are
great
these?
idea,
These
though.
smell great.
So these are dianthus. It's like a miniature. It's in
let me
the carnation family, or the
But they
carnations are in this
smell
family.
more intense
And they're
than
very fragrant.
carnations.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. It's almost a little bit light, but
Thank you.
when you get in there, get in there, Janet.
Oh, this is one of my favorite. This is an agapanthus.
Those are beautiful. Look at
Oh,
those
wow.
perfect little flowers.
Yes. Yes.
You make this look so
I know,
easy.
it's just so quick with it.
Is there a better time of day, Sue, to be cutting these from your garden?
Yes, morning is the best time of day. I think the hot sun, when you cut the flowers, they dry out a little bit too fast, so that would be my guess. But I know
So
morning
you get
is
them
the
while they're
best.
still fresh
Yep.
for their day.
Yep.
It just had a drink.
And I love this is Queen Anne's lace. Some people think it's a weed, but I like it as a fresh flower.
prettiest
It's the
weed.
prettiest weed.
It's sort of the baby's breath of
Exactly.
the arrangement.
Exactly.
So you're talking about this vase and the tip of using a clear vase so you can really kind of monitor the water. But if you're doing a container, what kinds of containers do you think work well for these?
Well, you could use floral foam if you want, but you're going to want to condition the flowers first in just water before you put them in the floral foam.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. You mean like let them soak up a
Soak
bunch?
up water like overnight or for a few hours at least before you put them in the floral foam. But
Okay.
maybe you're going to make a bridal bouquet. and you're going to use a holder. So you're going to want to condition them first in water before you design them in the holder.
Okay.
And the floral foam is that green
Exactly.
foamy stuff. And do you
It holds
saturate
water.
that?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yep.
I've never really used that. Okay.
And then so you were mentioning the food as well. How often do you change this out,
It's really
the
gonna-
water? And
It's going to depend on the temperature in the house. So that's why I like to use a clear vase, because you can tell when it starts to get cloudy, that's when you should change it.
okay.
It's hard to say how
Well.
often it is.
Yeah, but do you?
When you should change.
Yeah.
It's coming
You
from
can
the same
visually
girl
see it.
who uses birdseed in her vases. I shouldn't have said that in front of Sue. I
know, not for the Sue.
So when you change the water, do you have to recut?
Yes, you should
You do.
recut. Yep,
Okay.
definitely. And this flower here is yarrow.
This
Very
smells
pretty right
so.
now.
I'm really glad that I got to keep this on my lap today.
What do you mean, God? She's like, I get the flower.
That is so
Oh, I just
beautiful.
love
It's
it.
just so relaxing too. I mean, this is just even this moment is relaxing. Just watching this take
kind of-
place, and
Doing this
it's so
backwards.
gorgeous.
That yellow's a nice touch.
Yes.
So this is how fast Sue is. Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
And you've made these beautiful arrangements too. And what are some of the flowers in here?
Sure,
They're
there's-
so pretty.
Yep. There's snapdragons and the daisies.
right? I know
yes.
that one.
Yes. This one here has some sunflowers, bachelor button. That makes a really nice cut flower as well. Some more yarrow, some more of the amaranth.
And I like how there are these little.
Yep.
What are
the
these guys?
hypericum. They're berries.
So these are all flowers that you can plant in your yard
Yes.
and bring to your home inside or someone else's home, like your favorite Girl Talk host. I'm just saying. We better head out.
Boy, Sue, this was fun. Thank you so much for having us and showing us these great tips. These are gorgeous mood boosters.
Absolutely.
I get this one.
Thanks so much. That's it for Girl Talk. Thanks to all of our guests. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.